Hi there. This is It's a Dark Day by the Reverend Horton Heat. I've got it broken down into three main sections. We have the intro, and then the verse, and then the chorus. I'm just mainly going over the rhythm part of this song, not doing the solo in this video. So anyway, the first section is the intro, which is basically like the verse, pretty much, except there's a couple full E minor strums in it that punctuate a certain a couple certain areas. So I'm going to go ahead and play through that again, and we're going to put the tab on the screen. So this is the intro riff, and I'm going to play through it a little bit slower. Okay, so real quick, that last chord, let's take a look at that. That's a B7 flat 9. What that is starts out just like a regular B7, like a cowboy chord, except we're going to be barring that first finger to cover not only the fourth string, but also the second string. So that way we get that C note in there. So that's a B7 flat 9. Like you probably know the Hendrix chord, the Purple Haze chord, the E7 sharp 9. Well, this is like, if we look at the chord shape, like here would be a regular E9 and then a sharp 9. So this is the same thing except it's a flat 9. But instead of E, we're on a B shape. So anyway, that is the first section. Let me pull up the second section here. The second section is just the plain verse. Now the verse is a repeating 8-bar pattern, but the second time it has an alternate ending. So the first time it ends like this, and the second time it ends like this. So let's take a look at the entire verse. I'm going to play through the 8 bars, and then I'm going to repeat it with the alternate second ending. And I'm going to go a little slow like we did in that last example. first ending. Okay, go back to the beginning. Second ending. Okay, and then we're going to be on our chorus. And the chorus is just E minor, B7 flat 9, E minor, E7 flat 9, E minor, E7 flat 9, C7, B7, B7 flat 9. The pattern that we're doing there is a sort of like a triplet type pattern, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, where you just put a little accent on the first note of every 3. So if we just listen to the rhythm, it would be like this. So it does that E minor B7 flat 9 thing 3 times, and then after the 3rd time it takes this B7 up, moves it up to a C7. We're just doing the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string, and at this point we're staccatoing the strums. So instead of this, it's going to be this. So it does that, a couple bars on, or a couple beats on C, and then a couple beats on B, and then we do that full B7 flat 9 again. So let's back it up and let's look at the entire chorus here. So the entire thing from the beginning is going to look like this. That's one of my all-time favorite Reverend Horton Heat songs. I mean, it goes into like almost, it'll put you in like a trance-like state if you turn the lights down and listen with some headphones. It'll put you in a place. So it's cool. It's one of his longer songs too. Like a lot of Reverend Horton Heat songs are like typical 3-minute like rave up rockabilly type tunes, but he does have a few longer ones here and there, and this is one of those. And it's just it's an absolutely simple song to play, but it's easy to play it wrong. So one thing I'll mention in closing here is you want to in relation to what I just said, you want to let the notes ring together so it creates that trance-like state. So instead of this, it has to be like this. Got to make sure those notes ring together as much as possible. That's what creates the effect, and that's what also allows your vibrato effect, or tremolo effect actually. You can kind of hear that in there. If you don't let the notes ring together, you won't hear that cool tremolo effect. in terms of that, I have it set up kind of fast. This song is at approximately 69, 70 beats per minute when I tapped it out on the tap meter. And it sounds like, on the recording, it sounds like the tremolo repeats are kind of going in a triplet pattern off of that 70 beats per minute. So sort of like 3 revolutions every beat. And I didn't tap tempo this in or anything with the pedal. I just kind of did it quickly by ear and set the speed to what sounded right. That may not be exactly dead on rhythmically, but it sounded pretty close, and then the depth is pretty low. It's a pretty light tremolo effect on the recording. So one last thing, this ends on a really cool chord. It's an E minor 6/9. So it's like just a regular E minor chord, right? But we're adding this C sharp and F sharp on the bottom 2 strings. What I like to do is I like to sort of lay my middle finger, not necessarily flat, but I like to use the pad of the finger to cover the 5th and 4th string. So instead of having to play the chord with 4 fingers, I'm just playing it with 3. And in fact, you don't even really need the 6th and 5th strings. You could get by just playing the bottom 4 strings. There's a lot of rockabilly type tunes in with that sort of higher, like that Cliff Gallop ending from Running with the Devil. Yeah, I think he did it in F. So it's the same type of thing. Instead of it being a major 6/9 chord, it's just a minor 6/9. See, this is the major 6/9. This is minor. Cool way to end a minor key song. Anyway, that's It's a Dark Day by Reverend Horton Heat. I'm Harvey Monsteller signing off, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.